Hey guys, Stealth here, and welcome back to episode 2 of Transport Fever, where we're playing on, as you can see, a pretty hilly map, which is set in the 1970s in the USA, and it is classed as a hard map, which means that profitable opportunities are fewer. They're not completely not there, but there are fewer profitable opportunities. Transport between different industries usually takes a bit more time, so that makes for an additional challenge. What we have done is set up a food line that's transporting raw materials from here to the food processing plant. From there it goes by train towards San Bernardino and towards Cleveland, and that's done by this train right here. This train currently already making money, albeit not so much just yet. And it looks like the train is going to be very busy, as there's a lot of food waiting, and that train can only transport about 54 units. So we're going to need to add another car. So let's go back home with this thing. Otherwise, we have buses going to San Bernardino, we have buses going to Hartford and to Moreno Valley. They all link up right here in Cleveland. This is going to be the town that we're focusing on. We're providing this town with population as well as with shopping facilities. I would love to provide it with jobs as well, but that's going to be slightly more difficult, at least more costly, because opportunities for quickly getting, for example, resources here that we can use for the industry, well, it's going to take a bit more time. Let me put it that way. It's going to take a bit more time. Although, this is a quarry, we can transport stone from over there to the quarry, and well, you might be able to make a bit of a route from there around to Moreno. First up though, I want to drop off food at Springfield. We paid dearly for this station here. We have train tracks ready to go, so that's all fine. First up, money. Let's borrow 6 million and then expand that train a little bit. Buy trains. Buy a few more of those box cars. It's going to get expensive, but it's totally worth it. Because there is a lot of food waiting here. Well, actually 29 units. That's a bit less than I'd expected. There is also a lot of food waiting there. But first I want to invest in a few more of these buses. Because right now these buses are generating a bit of a profit, but not anywhere near as much as what they could be making. And I know that train tracks are generally more profitable, but I really wanted to go with buses at the start, because I just did not really want to start getting money from the bank manager right at the start. So CLV Hartford gets 2 additional buses, Moreno Valley gets 2 additional buses, San Bernardino gets 2 additional buses, and Cleveland itself gets 2 buses extra. Now hopefully this is going to at least get a few of those transport issues fixed, because we originally had 2 buses going to each town. Especially with 37 passengers, that's going to take quite a bit of waiting for these people. They are, in game time, going to be waiting for months. Now this is nicely ramping up. Where's my train? Where is my train? There you are. Okay, so we can transport about 126 units of food. We have currently waiting 117. By the time that it gets there, that's going to be a lot. Now, if we can improve demand here, we can make this line, this is the cattle line, far more profitable. Because it's already with 2 trucks generating 145,000 a year. And we can really ramp that up. Because these things are making about 70k. And look how much stuff there is awaiting there. That is a lot of profit ready to be made. So let's go with 2 more Peterbilts there. That's the grain cattle to food 1. I should keep those guys busy. And then let's see how Cleveland is doing for food. Not so well. We need to get more food into this town. Looks like the game is slowing down a bit. There we go. Speeding back up. So is this bus? Yep, completely filled up. Running with 12 out of 12 passengers. Now let's see about the train. In the meanwhile, while the train's running, let's continue building on with the food route here. I already have the basic investment done, so I might as well capitalize on that. Now most of the commercial area is in the middle of Springfield, which is going to be difficult to reach with a depot. I can sort of cover this end from over here, but the rest of it is a whole different story. Well, I'm not actually too disappointed with this section here. And it doesn't cost me too much just yet. Okay, how about this section? That barely reaches anything. This one just reaches the commercial, sorry, the private area. This one's better. I'm gonna go with that. Let's go with the medium street. And then angle that back. Place the food thing here. You have to be kidding me. Now it doesn't... There, now we catch it. Oh, come on. Don't be like that. These things can be really finicky. If I do it like that, it catches on. If I just turn it one notch, it doesn't. Well, screw it. We have the money. I'm sorry, sir, but you're getting bulldozered for the good of the town. Or at least that's what I'm going to tell you. Okay. So we're going to provide Springfield with food. San Bernardino, how are you doing for food? There's a lot more food waiting than San Bernardino is transporting. So we may have to give them another vehicle to do that with. Let's quickly fix that. I'm going to go with a Peterbilt because they can transport a lot more. So that is San Bernardino food. And this is Springfield food. So we're going to have one there, starting, moving there, that one. And if you finish off, you go over there. Springfield food. Done. And that's your color. Now we have a depot on this end that's closest. Let's go with a Peterbilt. Springfield food line. Now right now there's not really anything being transported there yet. That makes sense because it's not in the train line. So the train line, you go from Springfield east to Springfield and onwards. The train so far has made a very, very modest profit. 3.79k. That is it. What's it doing at the moment? Where are you? He seems to be on his way back. Yep, there we go. Coming in from Cleveland. So there's a lot of food waiting in Cleveland that's going to be transported towards the few different commercial areas. Still rated as poor though. If we can get this up, that would help. Now these numbers, in case you missed episode 1, these were the starting numbers of Cleveland. 293 population, 294 shops according to the game, and 288 jobs. Right now jobs has gone up to 488, 555 shops, and population has jumped from 293 to 486. So I would call that successful. How are we doing with these buses? Buses already making me more than 100,000 a year. With the exception of the Cleveland bus, which is still unusual. What do we have? We have San Bernardino food, who's not making me any money. That's okay, because he just started out. I wouldn't be surprised if there's not that much food awaiting in San Bernardino. And then Springfield just started out as well, and CLV food is the drop-off inside Cleveland itself. Now here's our train, completely loaded up. Starting to drop off its first bit of freight here. Apparently it hasn't quite registered that there is demand for it. I think I'm gonna have to go with another train, just to keep more of these things running. So I'm gonna have to either... yeah, I'm gonna have to double up on these lines. It's going to be... it's not going to be too difficult. Okay, let's split it over here. Most of the groundwork's already done with the first train line, so that's easy. And if you can keep these things a little bit more smoothly, I believe it works better for making money. So I'm gonna probably go with a few smaller trains which simply arrive more often. We have a collision here. What do you mean we have a collision here? It looks like I'm gonna have to go around that section of the station. And then link up once we get back here. Continue on. I'm also going to have to do a bit of a connector here. So that from the depot we can get to the right side of the train tracks. Same here. Still have 500,000 left. That is San Bernardino. Damn. Didn't quite think this through. I could cross over. I'm not sure if the game's gonna like this much. Oh look, we made a lot of money. I think the train might have arrived in Cleveland at this point. And here we are. And we're connected. Okay. Does the train understand what I want it to do? I think it does. Now for me the color difference is too small. Over here it does not quite understand what I need it to do. Okay, that's fine. What I want you to do, if you're on the way there, so that's from Springfield to Branch to that one. Now it doesn't understand. Okay, hang on. No, I do not wish to remove all the stations. Hang on. Where are you starting off? You're starting off here. Then you're gonna take the right side of the tracks, right side, right side, right side, and then you switch to the left side. Okay, that's fine. Left, left, left. Right, so on its way back, that's when it needs to find that one. And now it's working properly. There we go. Okay. You may proceed. I'm going to have to split this thing up into a couple of sections to make sure it runs smoothly. So it was going... right, it was going that way. This is to make sure that the trains are actually waiting for each other. You get to wait over there if you're first. You get to... nope, not wait over there, but there. And he's already making use of the new route. Good train. One over there and one over there. Here and there. This looks a bit weird, but what you're gonna do? Yeah, I was afraid of that. Needs to go like that. I may have to check up on the other signals as well. One there, and one there. I'm doing this to make sure that the trains can always maneuver to the next section and not have to wait for the other train to come out of the station. Now I need you, if you're coming in from the right, from the east, to wait. Because we're running on one section here. The train that leaves the station gets priority over everything else. And it looks like he's almost completely loaded up with food. 100 out of 126. It seems, though, that we have more food waiting. And now we have food waiting in Springfield. Is that line making me money? Well, yeah, sorta. But it's not moving often enough. See, San Bernardino has food, but now these trucks are running on empty. So that's why it's not really bringing us any money. The buses are doing quite well, though. Hartford, Moreno Valley, and San Bernardino are doing well. Cleveland bus, well, it's about break even. Alright. When this train goes back, after it drops off most of its food, I'm going to split it up. I'm going to buy another engine and have a couple of these things running around. So we have a more even distribution of the food. Actually, scratch that idea. We're going to have a second train. That was one of these cheap engines. I think it was the 1 million. Oh, I can't buy that anymore? Well, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Because two trains running at different speeds gets really annoying really fast. They're going to start to run into each other. Sell yourself. Okay, that sounds wrong. Go back to the depot and sell the train. That might be better. Looks like the Hartford line can use another bus or two. Can we not just put people in the Peterbilt? Would that not be faster? What's your top speed? 80, 65, 50. Okay, let's go with a couple of these things. You're going to go to Hartford. And you're going to go to San Bernardino. And it looks like Moreno can make do with one more bus. So that was Moreno Valley. Good. Good luck. Right, wait for the train to come home. There's still food waiting here, and lots of it. Now, what I want to have is two of these. So I'm going to go with one section, and then let's say 4 boxcars. Would that work? Not enough money. I know. Money's about to come in. Cha-ching. 7 million. This can transport 72 units of food. Can we clone that? Not enough money. Let's have another chat with the bank. Now we can clone it. And now we can set both of these to CLV food line. I just hope that they don't arrive at the exact same time. One of them is going right. Or sorry, left. He's going to have to pass. There we go. And he goes left as well. Oh well. We'll just have to wait for that. There are a lot of people waiting here. Tell me your story. What's your story? You're going home in Cleveland via the CLV bus. Makes sense. I wonder where you want to go if you're waiting on a bus stop here. Hello. You are going home. Where is home for you? In Cleveland. Via the CLV Hartford bus. Okay. People keep stacking up here. How are those bus lines working? Decent. Maybe I'm going to have to upgrade to a train line soon. Otherwise it's not quite going to work. Let's upgrade this to have a second street connection. Yep, we can do that. I'm going to go and expand into trains here. Because I think that the bus lines are not quite enough anymore. So let's have a section there. For some reason these things are always fighting me. I'm gonna have to make sure we have a couple of exit train routes first. Otherwise these things are going to fight me too, and I'm not really in a fighting mood with the roads and the train lines. Like that. Then we might have to make an exit line to Merino Valley as well. I'm sure they would appreciate some food. We have that on this particular section. Like that. Keep going. Keep going. This is going to be an end station. We can... Here's the beauty of it. We can immediately split that out into both passengers and cargo. Cargo end station. I'm going to have that one here. And then a passenger line end station. Have that a little bit at an angle. Try not to have it sunk too much into the ground. It makes it rather expensive. There. Because the beauty of it is we can use the same train tracks. It's going to save me quite a bit of money. First up though, I need to double up. Alright, that's the... What's that? The go-to line or the go-back line? Let's have a crossover point here. If the game will allow it. Thank you, game. Game allows it. Right. Now, these guys will probably want to have some way of getting to that train station. You will have some way of getting that stuff deployed. Does this cover? Yeah, it covers the train station and a bit of the town. And we can simply have a bus stop on this end. It doesn't need to be a big one. It can just be a small one. Like that. Okay, so that covers that. Now, we're going to have a large train station here. It's going to be... I can have one going from Merino Valley to Cleveland, one to Hartford, one there. Let's go safe. Let's go with a 4-liner. Second street connection, yes. Platform length. Let's make it a large one. It's going to be pretty expensive. I hope it can recoup some of that by using the same train tracks. Mostly. But connecting these? Wow, that actually works. Call me surprised. That actually works. Something waiting at the train station. This is going to get complicated, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not going to put signals down just yet. What I will do is place down a bus stop and continue with the train section over here. Let's see, if I extend the main train route, then we're going to go from there to here. Do you understand what I want you to do? You do not. Okay. So I need to inform this train that the right side is the side where you go if you're going towards it. The other side needs a waypoint section. That's where you're going when you're on the way back. Like that. That's good. Okay. So we also need high-speed train tracks going towards this station. And we need to let that thing know that once it goes over there, it joins up like that. Okay, so we're going to have a train line going from Cleveland to here. So that is CLV Merino. Done. Does that train line understand what I need it to do? It does not. We're going to have to inform this thing. Goes over there, comes back, perfect. That's what I want you to do. Okay, so then people are getting transported to Cleveland. Next up, I'm going to go and say Cleveland. I could have these running in smaller sections, I think. So we can have a lot of people waiting in Cleveland. And then we can see how many trains we need where. Because I find that running one large train, say from Merino to Cleveland to San Bernardino to Springfield, is a little bit less effective. I find that smaller sections tend to work better. So if I want to have a train going from here to... Oh crap, we don't have a train station yet. That might have something to do with it. Where are we going to put you? Because you cannot be too far away. You cannot be too far away. Yeah, that's not going to work. I have to readjust this train section a little bit. Make sure we add some road here so it can pass over. That's important, otherwise the town might not grow to the other side, which I do want it to do. I want this town to keep going. Keep going and keep growing. There we go. Then do the same on the other side. Now that people can get to the other end. And that's also important because that's where the bus needs to go to. So, train station. And the beauty of it is, we can say that this thing just can pass through the train station as it's going there. So we can say, I want you to go over there. That's your... Let me see. Is that your 2 or your back? Which one was that? The food line. Yep, the food line's going back. So that works perfectly well. This one starts out in Cleveland, ends up over here in San Bernardino. It also needs to go back. And as it's doing so, it seems to be interested in fighting me. Yeah, because it's going the wrong way. That's because I don't have a crossover point here yet. Needs to do it. Oh, damn, it's running into the signal here. Signals, rather. Collision avoidance. Too much curvature. There we go. Now it's working. Okay. I need you to allow that train to join in. And this seems to work very well. You go over there, you go to Cleveland, and then you end up on the same tracks as the other one. See, that is a problem. We can't have that. We can have this, though. Now they will not interfere. Now we can have one train coming in from Reno and one train coming in from San Bernardino at the same time. Better. We're getting somewhere. Next, we have a few lines going north. That's going to be one line to Hartford. Let's make that this one. Which we can also use to transport a bit of food, potentially later on. Hartford can be connected to Oxnard and McKinney. I may want to have my train station over here, but the hills are expensive. This would be better. I need to plan those things more. I'm going to make this a 4-liner. It's not too expensive, actually. That's okay. I have to do this a bit different than what I initially intended. Cross over. Let's not make that too expensive, shall we? Go over there, go over here, and link up. Right. I'm probably going to be wanting to run more than one train here. So we're also going to need to have a connector going from there to here. Let's immediately build a second one. Because I imagine that more people... Oh, my money's done. More people will probably want to take the train than the bus. At least that's my general experience with these things. Trains tend to be a bit faster. And we're going to link you up. Oh, we could do that here. Okay. And you're going to cross over there and cross over the other way. Like that. Right. Now let's set it up, see if it works. You are CLV San Bernardino. I'm going to unify those colors later on, don't worry. Cleveland, Hartford. Do you understand the plan? You do not understand the plan. Maybe adding some signals will fix that. That tends to work. So we have a stop sign there. We're going to have a stop sign here and there. There we go. That fixed it. Stop there, stop there. Stop, stop. See, once you have these initial investments done, it works perfectly well. I want you to wait there. Okay. Now we need to make sure that the buses in these towns are getting connected to their train stations. So this is the bus that's Moreno Valley. I think from View Station... This can be the first. We might need to do it after this one. Yeah, then it's not doubling up or doubling down on anything. These bus stops still covering everything? Yes, they are. Okay, so San Marino or Moreno Valley is done. Cleveland, the Cleveland bus. After your station there, that's number 1. Then you dive into that one. That's number 2. That's not too bad, but we need to adjust the town a little bit. We need to have a bit more room here. Oh, you and your construction, not possible. Watch. This construction will be possible. Really? How about that? Whatever happened to your construction impossible now? Okay, Cleveland. You start out in your transfer station. Then I need you to go to the train station. Now we messed up the route. I don't need you to go back to View Station. Actually, yes, go to View Station or View Street. He's going to go there, and then to Pine Street, and then to Hillcrest Street, and then 7th, and then he goes back. Perfect. Okay, so that's that bus. This train station still needs its own bus stop. We're going to have that over there. This is the bus lane called San Bernardino. So that's CLV San Bernardino. You go from there to there to there to there to there. Okay, so that's going to be after number 2. You go there. Yeah, that's a bit of a mess. How about if we add a second bus stop to Cedar Street? On the other side. That is still a bit messed up. You start out at Ash. No, you start out at the middle of town, San Bernardino. You go to Ash. You go to 11th. Then you go to Cedar. And that doesn't make sense. So Cedar needs to go. Then you go to the transfer station. Then you go to Cedar Street. And now it's a nice loop. Okay, so San Bernardino is done. And for this, I don't have a passenger train station just yet. We'll just have to be patient with that one. Right. Now, next order of business is to connect these things together. I probably can do it with one depot, but I'm not sure if a train that starts out in this depot is going to be able to get everywhere. I think it should be able to. Because let's see, it starts out, it goes towards Cleveland, then it splits up into either here, there, but from here, it cannot go all the way north to Hartford, but it can go on to Merino Valley. Right. Let's see if we can make it by a train. Do we have a multiple unit? Holy crap. 5 million? For 52 passengers? What's the alternative? That's 38 passengers for 3 million. That's 36 for 2.2. Speed 150. And if you really want to transport a lot of people, you pay almost 1.9 for 33. The Zephyr does come with an engine though, which is nice. Okay, let's see if we can get you to service CLV Merino. He has departed. Or has he? Yes, he's departed. That's nice. So he's going to cross over. He's not going to cross over. Why are you being so stubborn, my dear train? Actually, he's not. On this section of the tracks, he's on the right side. Because I don't have them properly lined out. But it works. Yeah, it works. Right, so it's going to take a while before people realize that there is a train. Oh, sorry about that. That there is a train that's departing in Cleveland. And that is going to Merino Valley. But we already have the first passenger waiting. It's just going to take a bit more time before people get it from over here. Because the buses need to feed them. Let's see what happens with one of these buses as it makes its way to the station. Do you understand that people can get out? Yep. One person's getting out. Good. It works. And they're now waiting for San Bernardino. Sorry, Merino. I'll get this right eventually. Look at that. Population significantly grown. 293 to 591. And now people can choose. Do they want to go by bus, which is slower and cheaper? Or do they want to go by train, which is faster, yet probably more expensive? Talk about expensive. These trains cost me $850,000 a year. Yeah, that's going to take me a bit of time to recoup. Make that a lot. Make that a lot. Especially with the amount of traffic that we have going on here right now. Okay, well, we'll just have to grow that out in next episodes. For now, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you soon for the next one.